Hi, this is Travis from POSGuys.com. Today we're going to review the new add-on for the DS8178 barcode scanner, and it's a super capacitor. So if you have the 8178, you're using the traditional battery, and you've used it for a couple of years now and you're ready for a new battery, you might want to consider the super capacitor. So to install it, the first thing you need to do is update the firmware on your scanner with the existing battery. The new firmware includes the stats and the ability to charge this super capacitor. If you have the older firmware, it'll work once, and then once it's completely discharged, it won't charge the scanner again. So make sure you upgrade your firmware before changing out to the new battery. So to change it, you just need a coin. You're just going to flip that little screw head on the bottom of the scanner, and you pop out the old battery, and the new battery has green on the bottom. There's also this little green tab there. And you just install it just like you would the old battery. Put it in and tighten it up, and you're ready to go. So the super capacitor has existed for other scanners before. This is Zebra's first super capacitor, and the main benefit of the super capacitor versus the regular battery is how quickly it charges and how quickly it's ready to go once it's completely discharged. So we're going to do a test here, and I'm going to show draining the battery down completely. So this goes from 100% charge to 0%. You'll see us running the same scan over and over again, and I'm just going to leave it in auto scan mode, and we're going to see how many scans it gets for a full battery. And after 15 minutes plus of scanning, we got over 3,600 scans. And then we're gonna go ahead and plug in the scanner just to get power. So we're gonna leave it in the charger for just over 15 seconds, maybe 20 seconds, pull it out and get the number of scans. And then we're going to go ahead and charge it for a full minute and see how many scans we get. So if we were using a normal battery, you would have to charge it for at least 30 minutes to an hour before you could really use the scanner. But with the super capacitor, it's ready to go in 15 seconds if it's completely discharged. The other benefit of the Zebra scanner is they put in some really smart firmware. So by default, when you install the super capacitor and upgrade the firmware, it's going to go into smart mode, and so it's going to try and preserve the super capacitor on it. So if you leave it off the hook for 15 minutes or however long you set it to, by default it's either 5 or 15 minutes, then it'll go into sleep mode, and it won't discharge the super capacitor anymore. It'll hold the charge for days, if not weeks. And when you want to wake it up, you just drop it into the cradle. It wakes up, and then you're ready to scan again. So very quickly it keeps going. So it's a little smarter that way than some of the other scanners out there that use super capacitor, where it keeps draining the battery over and over. So leaving the scanner off the hook for even 30 minutes, you'll completely run it down. And then you have to plug it in, wait it's about 30 seconds for those scanners to be ready to go, scan down again and go. The capacity of their super capacitor is a little bigger than the other ones as well. The other scanners, we got about 150 scans out of it before it was out of juice, and this one is in the thousands. So much better design on the super capacitor than other scanners that we've tested. Highly recommended. You can also convert a standard 8178 into a super capacitor model, where you couldn't do that with the previous models, or you can't do that with other manufacturers. You're either buying a battery version or a super capacitor version. You can't switch between the two. This one you can. You can start with the super capacitor. If you hate it, it doesn't work for you, it's discharging too fast, or you're forgetting to put the scanner back on the charger, you can switch back to a traditional battery. You just swap out the super capacitor, put in a battery, and you're ready to go. So toggle between the two. For more information on the DS8178, the super capacitor, or to purchase, please visit us at POSGuys.com. Thanks.